I found a 2022 Ram 2500 Laramie with a night edition package. I don't know if you've heard, but they're not making the Laramie with the night edition package. So basically what they have on the lots right now, they actually have quite a few. Some of these are going to be Bighorns too. But if you do want a night edition package in Laramie, you better get it now, because I just tried to build one at a dealership and it would not let me do it. So this was back in October when I tried to do that. And yeah, I guess what they're delivering to dealerships right now, they have it, but you can't do it right now. But we're going to do a quick walk around this truck. I'm going to show you guys Uconnect 5 on the 12-inch display. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is going to be a quick listing of the window sticker for this specific truck. It is going to be a 22 Ram 2500 Laramie with night edition. Base price is $54,745, and starting off the options are down below. Strongly recommend that safety group B. I don't mention it in the video, but you do have a digital rear view mirror, and they added a plug on the rear bumper, so you can use tow mode with the rear view mirror now if you have a camera on the back of your trailer. Fifth wheel and gooseneck prep package, off-road package. This is a good one with the Bilstein shocks, and night edition is $2,500. And over to the right here, Laramie level B, $4,000, and a lot of good stuff in here, like the heated rear seats. It's going to just be the outboard seats. You do get that 17 speaker Harman Kardon, and this truck was optioned with that 6.7 Cummins. LED bed lighting was a standalone. You can get a bed utility group that adds a few other things together, like the spray and bed liner and a few other things. And then that 12-inch display was optional with the Laramie, alongside of the power deployable running boards. Destination comes in at $1,695 with a total price of $79,560. Alright guys, so as you just saw, this Cummins is $9,400. This is the baby Cummins, the standard output Cummins, whatever you want to call it. But it's going to be good for 370 horsepower, 850 pound-feet of torque. It's made to a 6-speed transmission known as a 68 RP. There haven't been any notable changes to this engine, except for in 2021 they did go to a CP3, or I should say they went back to a CP3 because the CP4 is just not a good fuel pump because of the fact that in America we don't have the greatest diesel standard. So nevertheless, they went back to the CP3, and that's a good thing because you have more reliability with the Cummins. Most of you guys that have followed me for a while is not new to the night edition package. As you know, it just blacks out the front grille, the headlights. It pretty much changed all the chrome trim from the Laramie to black, like the emblems, the mirrors. It blacks out the part of the tail light in the rear, and it gives you painted bumpers. So yeah, I mean, and of course the headlights, they're also blacked out too, but you will get LED headlights standard. However, the turn signals up front are going to be incandescent, so just keep that in mind. And it does have a reflective style output too. If you get a limited or a limited Longhorn, it would have a projector style headlight. But yeah, you do have black tow hooks too down below. They have parking sensors. Something that Ram's done from 2019 till now is they really do a good job of hiding those sensors, so you really have to look for them. You know, they normally would put them on like this part of the bumper, where they hide them kind of like integrated into where the fog lights are. They integrate them to the front grille, so it looks really clean and really stylish. One thing I do hate about this truck is this truck doesn't have clearance lamps. I'm sorry, if you're gonna buy an HD truck, you're gonna have to get clearance lamps. I don't think the truck looks that great without them personally, and it looks naked for some reason. But yeah, they're $95, and just about every other truck has them. I mean, they just look cool, right? Look at this one. That looks so much better, so much better. And then look at this one. It just looks naked. Now, as we move off to the side, you do have a black 20-inch wheel that does come a part of the night edition package. Forgot to mention that earlier. And it is going to be wrapped in a 285 60/20. These are the Firestone Transforce tires. And this truck, as you saw in the one sticker, does have the off-road package. So you're going to have Bilstein shocks front and rear. And this does have a solid front axle. This truck does have the tow mirrors. You can flip those up. Painted door handles come a part of the Laramie package. And yeah, I mean, this truck actually has the power retractable running boards. And if you're not familiar, this truck will have a 31-gallon fuel tank too. So just keep that in mind. You can get air suspension as an option on the 3/4 ton Ram trucks. It does come standard with a coiled suspension. It's 5-link. And as I mentioned earlier, those black tail lights. And every light inside of there is going to be LED too. I love this granite crystal. It's a really pretty color. As I mentioned on the front, they integrate these parking sensors into the plastic part of the bumper. Again, in the past, they would put them on this part of the bumper. So this looks really clean. It does have LED license plate lights. And you do have a 4 and a 7-pin plug. And this is for the camera system. I like that they did this. This is new for 2022. I haven't seen this before. They put it in a cheap, I don't know, I don't like this. Ugh. Yeah, they need to do something different with that. Class 5 receiving hitch. And this is going to be powered. It is dampened too. And you do have a spray and bed liner. You have your 4 and 7-pin plug for the bed. And yeah, they do give you a cargo plug too. LED lights on both sides. And you do have 2 cameras up top, which I'll show you here in a second, okay? I wanted to show you something on this side. There is availability for a step as an option, so just be sure to keep that in mind. And just take note of your black emblems in the rear. You really can't even see them, but they're there. And this truck does have a smart key system too. So if you do walk up to the door, if you hit this button, this will lock it. And then if you slide your hand in, it will unlock it. And here's the truck with the mirrors in tow mode. All you have to do is just flip them out with your hand on both sides. And there you have it. The interior design is essentially untouched for the Laramie. But otherwise, still a class leader when compared to other trims. Really clean. If you do want to turn on that cargo plug, you would have to push a button here for that. This does release the brake and how you open that hood up front. And this button controls your power steps. Automatic headlights. This is going to be for your bed light. This is for your fog lights. This is how you control your interior lights. And this truck does have seat memories on the driver's side only, and you do have 2 power windows up and down, and you can close these mirrors automatically. And one thing that Ram does that the other 2 don't so far is if you would like to control your convex, you do have the availability to do so. I don't know if you guys can see that. So you can really fine-tune that without having your passenger do this side and then you do this side, and then get your mirror all dirty. But all you have to do is just whatever side you want, you can hit right side and then you hit the button up top, and it basically shows like a highlight for that convex, and then yeah, it just moves it for you. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and take a quick peek at this 7-inch cluster. So one thing that I like about Ram is that they really have simplified this system here. I think that they have the easiest center cluster here, whatever you want to call it, in the business. And the same thing goes for this too. I think this is really simplified. But this is just a quick list of some of your vehicle information. It shows it up here. So you have your tire pressure, coolant, trans, temp, oil pressure, boost pressure, diesel particulate filter, oil life, fuel filter life, battery voltage, exhaust brake, and my favorite, you have a gauge, summary, all in one spot. I use this a lot, especially when I'm towing. And then lastly, engine hours, and then it goes back to your tire pressure. And then you have your off-road pages. This is something new from, I believe, 2020, 2021. And so it shows your pitch and roll. I would like to use this one time with hooking up a trailer to see how it works. It'd be kind of cool to see that. And then you also have your driver assistance for like your adaptive cruise control, lane sense, fuel economy. I like the layout of this too. And it does give you like that instant, or the current as they call it, and then they have your range. Trip information. You have a trip A and trip B. And to go through trip A and trip B, you do have these two arrows. And then you have these arrows to go up and down too. Trailer tow. You have distance for your trailer. You also have a trailer brake, which is on the side here too. If I were to pull this, you can see how it changes the amount of braking you're adding from the trailer. And lastly, you have your trailer light check. One last thing I want to mention too is if you do have multiple trailers, it does keep the mileage for each trailer separately. So real quickly, if you go through here and you go to, actually this is a little bit different, so I may have to take some time to go through this, but let's just go to vehicle. It's probably under here. And go to settings. Let's see if they have trailer. Here it is, trailer. So if you have 2 or 3 trailers, whatever, if you select that current trailer, it will change the miles in here basically. Okay, so while we're over here, let me just take a few moments just to kind of go through this. As you just saw, this is my first time actually using this system, and I was able to go in really quickly and find the trailering. So it's pretty easy already from what I can see, but it is slightly different from my Uconnect 4. Alright guys, so I don't want to spend too much time on this. Maybe if I have a chance, I'll come back and kind of do a separate video for the Uconnect 5. But this is the home screen, so if you hit home at the bottom, I don't know if you guys can see it right here. Actually, I don't think you guys can see that. Hold on. There you go. So if you see home down below, this brings you to this like quick menu for your navigation, your sound, and your phone. So they do have a square box at the top here. You can click there, and it'll basically make whatever you choose full screen. If you go back to home, you do have my pages, so you can add a page, you can delete a current page, you can reorder the pages if you like. And if you scroll to the right, you have a shortcut menu down below that you can set up too. So if you hit the plus sign, you can put your controls in here. You can set a route, your media, your seats and wheel. You can pretty much, let's say you want to add your heated seat in there, you can do that. So in the past, you could just drag things down below, but now I guess they just have this quick menu in the home screen for you to get to. Same thing goes for here. I mean, you have your media in full screen. And I do like the refreshment of this. It looks a lot more, I guess, up to date. At the top here too, you do have controls that you can go to pretty quickly. You do have a drop down too. Shows you the date and time, things like that. And shows you your outside temperature, and there you go. This does have 2 driver profiles. You can add a third from what it looks like, and you can change the name of it. And this is pretty much everything that you can set up for the driver. I'll try to zoom in for you guys, but you have your home screen, customization, apps, media, navigation, Bluetooth, and notifications. The system is pretty quick too. I do notice that they did add valet mode. And it says valet mode will lock out all driver profiles and require a PIN. And then just moving over, you do have your navigation, your phone, and your vehicle. I just showed you some of the settings there, but you do have off-road right here. And it gives you that gauge summary. And then some pitch and rolls too, in like a bigger screen as opposed to looking for it in the side here, and it does show you like your altitude, and then it shows you the degrees of, I guess, your location down below here. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, this system, you could really get lost in here. We hit vehicle again, you saw the controls, and I did tell you that this had a camera for the bed. It did not. However, you do have this camera up top, basically on that high mount center light, and then you had settings. So there's a lot of different ways you could set this up. I mean, you have settings for your lights. I really do like the way that Stellantis sets this up. I mean, you can really customize a Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram pretty extensively for like the things that you see here, like your cameras, your mirrors, wipers, lights, door locks, seat and comfort. And then you have apps. And I believe that they added to where now you don't have to plug in for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So that's a nice update too for the system. And I did see where it said for navigation, you can set up for like a trailer too. So that's the last thing I'll show you, that we're gonna have to move on. I don't want this video to be too long. So routing, and let's see. I don't really see. Yeah, give me a second. Let me just go through and see if I can find that, because I would like to see how that works, because that's really important to us, because we do pull our fifth wheel pretty frequently. So let me show you guys where that's at. I did not find the trailer information you can put in for your navigation, so maybe if I have a chance I'll hook up to a trailer, see if it pops up then. But we have to move on for now. But you do have some storage just below it. There used to be a CD player here, but they got rid of it for 2020. You have 4 USBs, Type C's and Type A's, and then you have auxiliary in the middle. Charging station. They did kind of redesign this for 2022. And you do have a plug, which I'm plugging up my batteries down below. Deep storage. And then you have open storage and open cup holders. You do have like a vinyl center console. And an additional Type A USB. And then up top, you do have LED lights on the interior lights. And then this is how you drop that tailgate and control the lights. And you do have a SOS system for this truck too. They do provide incandescent bulbs for your vanities on both sides. And that's pretty much it, guys. Here's a better look at the passenger side. And this is the old cab too, by the way, so unfortunately it is small in comparison with Ford and GM trucks, but hopefully they do redesign it, because it's definitely lacking for interior space, but enough, I would say. They do provide USBs out back, and these heated seats are optional too, so just keep that in mind. They do give you another power plug, so you have 2 inside the interior, 400 watts, 115 volt. And these seats do flip up, and they do provide a tray that you can flip out too. You have 2 cup holders on the floor, and then you have 2 up top there. They also give you these little storages for inside of the floor. They do pop out, so you can clean them out if you use these for like ice buckets. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Here are the numbers for this truck. Gross axle weight rating is going to be 6,000 pounds. The rear is going to be 6,040 with a 10,000 pound GVWR. Hoping that Ram increases that number so we get a higher number here. So this number is actually pretty high, 1,998 pounds for this truck. So not enough to really tow a fifth wheel, but more than enough to tow a nice size travel trailer. But on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.